Hello, I'm Richard Crump and welcome to this latest Financial Director Q&A with Frontera, the technology and business consultancy with operations in New York, Hong Kong and London. Today I'm joined by Sue Nind, who is a UK practice manager with Frontera. And Sue's going to be discussing how new technologies are being used by companies to improve growth and innovation. Sue, welcome. The best way to kick off is looking at how companies are trying to achieve savings and improve profitability at the same time. And I really want to discuss how best practice around benchmarking, process monitoring, and how these kind of things have evolved.
Certainly. Best practice, as historically, has been based around benchmarking and monitoring an actual process. What we've found is over a period of time, with the introduction of cloud computing, a lot of those processes have been incorporated into the core software. So as a result, those best practices are being adopted by companies as part of the software ontake. So consequently, their shift has moved from best practice of a process flow more towards growth, innovation and the adoption of new technologies, which these days they're categorising as modern best practice.
Have you seen a change in the way that companies are adopting and using this new modern form of best practice?
Yes, they're applying these new technologies more now by using things like mobile apps, social media networks, and of course with the introduction of cloud software, which is now more configurable rather than customizable, they're looking more now to using the best practice incorporated in the software rather than trying to heavily customize a particular piece of software.
Okay, can you just elaborate on when you say configurable versus customizable? Well, we're going to play a bit of a Luddite here. What do you mean by the difference? Why is it important that it's more configurable than customizable?
Well, the configuration of the system is based more around the best practice approach. So a lot of these processes have been tried and tested across all industries over a number of years. Whereas with customizations, they were usually put in place to force the software to accommodate a business process that a company already had. And companies are now more looking to being more flexible rather than building the requirements and then saying, this is how I want the software to behave. Yeah. Now they're looking more at, this is how the software is built to accommodate best practice. Therefore, we need to move our practices to be able to fit into that.
Okay, and does this make them more like enablers?
Exactly,
okay.
Yes, so they become more enablers.
You've obviously explained a little bit what some of these are and how some of them are using social media and big data. I just wondered, can you explain how you actually go and use these enablers? It's all very well to say, you know, this is the way modern best practice has changed and these new technologies have been adopting, but how do I actually go about using them, or how would you advise a potential customer client?
Well, with cloud technology, I mean, obviously moving towards that is a good cost-effective way for current companies, because with the reduction of cost in maintenance and in hosting large IT equipment, that goes away because obviously the cloud is hosted by your software provider. Of course, with Oracle, you get the option of you can have a public cloud or a private cloud. So if there's an issue on security, then you could always adopt for a private cloud rather than a public cloud. But with the use of a public cloud, you're all using the same technology. So what happens is you couldn't say that one company wants one little bit and another company wants another little bit. So what you tend to do is you use your social media to do your marketing, to work out your trends, to get feedback from your customers. Then you use your mobile apps for things like expenses on the go is a good example for Oracle ERP Cloud. So you submit your expenses from anywhere. So you could be on the train, you could be in a client's office. So for somewhere like Frontera, it's a brilliant for our consultants because obviously wherever they are in the world, they can submit their expenses.
Yes, and with submitting expenses, can they just take snapshots of receipts with their phones and it loads up into the app?
Yes, they can. Yes, you take a snapshot of the receipt so you've got the photographic evidence and you can log straight into the system and physically enter your expense and have it workflowed straight through to your boss.
Yeah, no, that is very, very good. We could go into a whole different subject if we were to go down on automated travel expense management, but I wanted to raise that issue about the receipts because I think that is a really useful tool, actually.
Very much so, yeah.
Obviously that's all very well and good, but it really comes back down to the data analysis side of things, the analytics, and really, you know, actually getting the value out of this. So what kind of data analysis are you doing?
For ourselves internally, what we're doing, because we use Oracle ERP Cloud ourselves, plus we use project portfolio management for managing our projects. What we're finding is for projects we can do daily checks against our projects now to see how they're progressing, make sure that there's no risks. That gives us data to determine if we think there's going to be any bottlenecks for resourcing. We're also using number of hits on a web page to see if we can determine if clients are looking for a particular type of enhancement, so that we can look at developing that. We're also looking at Facebook likes, dislikes, and we do a lot of white papers and articles through our mobile media. So that means that we can also look then to see if we can do a marketing campaign based on particular white papers maybe that are getting read, or maybe even pricing options for our clients for implementation.
And you talked about obviously the use of the Oracle sort of ERP tools. These tools obviously help pull all this together because, you know, it's almost big data we're talking about here. You know, some of non-financial information, there's tangible information.
Exactly, yes.
And how does that kind of help pull this together? And, you know, because there is some good strategic analysis can come out of that, but how does this help kind of pull it together and help you, you know, do that analysis from these various disparate areas?
What we tend to do is we get a lot of feeds that we feed into our Oracle system. And then obviously we can report on different angles from that. So be it financial, be it feeds back from Facebook. And then we can apply that to certain budgets. What we've found is by implementing cloud ERP ourselves, we're finding that implementation of projects that used to take effectively over a year maybe to scope out, we're now managing to achieve that in less than a couple of weeks.
And in terms of obviously the purposes you need to put it in for, can you do this on real time, or is it more of a weekly, bi-weekly process, or is it almost available to the end user how they want to apply it?
It's pretty much real time. At the moment, for ourselves internally, we've got expenses real time because obviously as soon as people submit them, they're visible straight away within the project's module. We're currently looking to upgrade now in the new year to the next release of Oracle Cloud, in which we will incorporate time management. So again, that'll give us more real time of the actual time people are spending on projects. It's all good stuff, all coming forward.
Well, if it's all good stuff, that's a good way to end. So really, thank you, Sue, for coming in and taking part. Thank you for watching. And if you want any more information about Frontera, the contact details will be, should be available on the article page that accompanies this video. I've been Richard Crump. It'll be a pleasure to see you again. Take care.